Karl Malone watching the show and said to Paulie, could you ask Dan to put on a clinic? So just hitting a couple of foul line jumpers. Nice and easy. Easy like Sunday morning. He's Karl Malone, the former Jazz forward Hall of Famer, joining us in the program. Karl, you ask, I deliver, man.
Dan, I'm really pleasantly surprised that you eat it like a Sunday morning. That little Commodore's right there.
Oh yeah,
that's way back. And let me just get the first order of business out of the way here.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's typical. Why did you have the third best power forward on before the first one? I guess that's the order of business that we need to get squared away so we can have a great show.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, Charles Barkley, he's a distant third.
Okay, wait a minute, Karl. Okay. Let me bring back. I asked Barkley, how did I set this up there, Paulie? Did I say, I think I said, is Karl Malone better than you? Here's Charles Barkley earlier.
No, I'm the second greatest power forward ever after Tim Duncan. I got great respect for Karl Malone. He's a better scorer than me, but I was a better rebounder and a better passer.
Wow.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Why is he smirking when he say that? No, seriously. Listen to this voice. And then let's go back, since we're on Charles. And then, I know this is your show and this is your interview, but I call in. So, anyway, what kind of sight did we see in Oklahoma when Charles Barkley was wearing cowboy boots?
Yep.
Can you imagine? I can't imagine. So he always called me a black redneck. What about him? He should never wear those boots again, by the way.
He said black people don't wear cowboy boots.
Why they don't? Got to be Luke Casey's, though, But look, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. And then, you know what? That third best power forward, he just got more airtime than me because he's on TNT. That's all.
All right.
So he gets to talk about himself a lot. And but I have great respect for Charles. Really, we go way back. Man, I remember calling Charles, Dan, when I was deciding whether I was coming out of Louisiana Tech going hardship. And I talked to Charles because I met him during the Olympic trials. So we've been great buddies ever since. And one of these days I'll be back on the show, and then we'll get to the bottom of this.
Okay.
So how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Great.
Now, there's a couple of things I want to bring up. Now, Barkley did back this up. I heard this story that Clyde Drexler showed up for practice one day, and he had two right shoes. David Robinson said the same thing. So he shows up and he puts on the shoes. So he has two right shoes.
Right.
Is that true? That he was trying to practice in these shoes and he had two of the same?
Well, I didn't bring it up because we got this little oath in the locker room. But I guess he was going to walk in the same direction. That's all. But look, he tried to play it off. Hey, Dan, he really tried to play it off, and we looked, and it's like everybody looked at once, and Clyde, who's being really smooth about it, couldn't play it off because he was just walking around in circles.
Well, he was like a NASCAR driver.
Yeah, he was NASCAR. Just go around and round and round and round. Yes. Look, I did not bring that up. So
I know I did. I did.
Okay, I assume everything you got for me today, someone else have already talked about it. So I'm just going to add my little 2 cents in, and we'll just go on from here.
All right. Well, here's another thing.
Okay.
All right. When Isaiah's trying to embarrass Stockton,
right,
and he's got 40, and he went down the lane and got an accidental elbow from you.
Right.
Was that on purpose?
No, sir. I never went out to hurt anybody on purpose, but he was driving to the basket, and I was following through because he had the ball in front of me. But I'm not here to defend my actions when I played. I played the game physical. I didn't start playing until I got hit. Now, go back and replay all the other stuff with the other guys and things they was doing. But
No, I was just that one because I thought you were sticking up for Stockton because Isaiah was out to embarrass John.
Well, put it like this. I've never meant to do it, but if it comes between my teammates and the opposing player, I don't like them. So we can spin it any way we want to spin it. Our foul, that was a hard foul. That's what it was.
Who was the most competitive guy on the Dream Team?
I would say the most competitive guy on the Dream Team was two. I would say Michael and Magic. I would have to say, and the reason I said that is when we did teams, they always had each guy on the opposite team. So the coaches had to do nothing but say, throw the ball up. And those guys there really got everybody else going. So I would have to say those two guys.
If you were starting a team with everybody on the Dream Team, Who would you start with?
If I was starting a team with everybody on the dream team,
And you were playing with that guy.
and I was playing with that guy, I would have to, come on, Dan, really? You think you're going to get me with that? I would have to start my team with John Stockton, okay?
Oh.
You know what? Dan, I like how you kind of slid that in, but you can't get me with that. You can't get me with that. I'm too old for those kind of shenanigans.
Carl, I'm taking Stockton out of the question.
You didn't say that.
I did
You
it right
didn't say
now.
that.
Carl, it's my show.
Okay, it's your show. But look, you tried to set me up. You did not say you take it.
Okay. I
now
tried
you
to take a charge. Stockton's out of it.
Okay.
Now you got to pick.
I would have to say I would start it with Scottie Pippen. I would have to start my team with Scottie Pippen.
Are you crazy?
No, I'm Carl, and I'm not crazy. Look, you're right, Dan. This is your show. I called in and you wanted my opinion. So why can't I have my opinion? You gave the third best power forward his opinion.
I didn't take Michael Jordan off the team there. I took Stockton off. So you don't want Michael or Magic.
Wait.
You want Scotty.
Dan, did you ask me a legitimate question?
Yes.
Okay, well, I gave you my answer.
But tell me why you take Scotty. Why are we yelling at each other, Carl?
Okay, right. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm from the country, and I get excited. You know what? Look, it's when I grew up in my family. It was so many of us that we had to yell at everything to get our point across. Dan, I apologize for my actions. I'm so sorry.
All right, my bad, too.
Okay.
So why would you take Scotty over Michael or Magic?
This is why I would take Scotty. Do you remember the time that Michael retired? I watched, well, the second, third time, whatever. But anyway, but look, I'm trying to get. Look, I'm serious here.
I know you are. I know you are.
I watched Scottie Pippen when the Chicago Bulls wasn't really good, and Scottie led that team in every statistical category, and I just remember that. And plus, he's a guy that can care less about scoring. He want to stop the best player on the other team. And I dare say, since, while we're in this conversation, that would have been pretty cool to see Scotty Gordon Michael. So you ask me who I would start with now. Now, if you tell me to pick my second one, I will tell you that as well.
Okay.
You want me to pick my second one?
Yes.
My second one would be Magic.
See, you want shots is what you want.
I'm a scorer.
Yeah.
I'm a scorer.
So Jordan's going to take away. Does Jordan ever give you grief about the MVPs that you won? Like, does he say those are mine or?
No, he don't give me grief. And to all due respect, let me just tell you something. In life, Dan, let's go back. I'm a big cowboy. I'm a cowboy and Indian. Say, back in the Western days, Dan, it's just certain people, we just had a truce. You didn't talk smack to me, and I didn't talk smack to you, because I'm kind of like the Western days. So he just look at me and nod, and I look at him and nod.
He never gave you grief? He never talked smack?
To me?
Yeah.
No, sir.
Was he afraid of you?
I'm not going to say he's afraid of me. I just say it was respect. Okay?
But why would Dennis Rodman goof with you?
Because I guess I'm easy to goof with. Seriously. Let me. While we on that, Dan, I know it's your show, but I get excited because I have my own. But listen, I remember Dennis Rodman when we used to go to Wayman Tisdale Pro-Am up in Oklahoma. And that Dennis Rodman is the Dennis Rodman that I love and care a lot about because he is a great guy. What people don't realize about Dennis, that guy will give you the shirt off his back. And I think that have been some of his demise because he worked his butt off. But I'm going to tell you like this. For as a caring person, you will not find a better human being than Dennis Rodman on what he do for people that nobody knows. We're so quick to talk about hardship. See, we quick to jump on that and pounce on athletes doing this and that. How about somebody pick him up? How about somebody say something positive? But we so quick to do that. But Dennis gave me grief because we knew each other way back when, and nobody ever realized that. But it was always a respect thing. And then when they was talking about should he go into the Hall of Fame,
yeah,
I don't think they were necessarily talking about his stats. I think personally, I think people was afraid to death on what he might wear or say. No, seriously. And I think he handled it very, very well.
Yeah, I thought that when they were talking about him being a Hall of Famer, I said, to me, it's a no-brainer.
Right.
And then people were saying, well, he's one-dimensional. I said, Dennis made rebounding glamorous, and he was a great defender. Then he wanted to pump up his rebounding stats. He wasn't as good a defender, but there was a time when he was with the Bad Boys, he was a lockdown defender, and he could guard Bird, he could guard Magic, he could guard, you name it.
Hey, Dan, did anybody ever look up Dennis' stats on how much he averaged in college?
He was a great scorer.
I want to say Southeastern Oklahoma.
I think he averaged 26 a game.
Come on now. Hey, look, they won all layups.
I know.
But let me say this, though. Wouldn't you like to have a one-dimensional rebounder on your team where you don't have to rebound? I think I would love that, and a lot of other people would love it. But anyway, I love the fact that he got into the Hall of Fame.
I do,
because he should have been there, but I think people was nervous on what he might say and do, and he's a great guy.
Hey, don't be a stranger. Let me have you on again sometime, all right?
Hey, look. You just let me know. But next time we do this, Dan.
Yep.
Next time we do this, let's have the best power forward on first, and then you could throw in the other riffraff.
So
like
I gotta have Duncan on.
Yeah, you can have Duncan on. Now when it comes
wait. Who's better, you or Duncan?
Could I just say something? Let's just lay this out here.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan is not a power forward, by the way. So that's all.
Wait, Carl, you're bigger than Tim Duncan.
Listen to me, Dan. Tim Duncan is a center. He's a center. They play him at power forward.
Is Tim Duncan better than you?
No. Well, look, Tim Duncan got rings, and I'm gonna go on record. If I got to draw a line in the sand, absolutely not.
Right.
I'm the best.
I'm going to have you on again, and I'm the John Stockton of sports radio. So
I know that. Thanks for the assist, Dad. Okay.
All right, buddy. Thank you, Carl. All right.
Bye-bye.
That's Karl Malone. I don't know what just happened there, but